Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is our online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Vacheron Constantin Overseas dual time in the stainless steel with a blue dial, reference 7920V/210A-B334. I'll tell you a little bit about where this, a little bit of history of this watch. Then I'll tell you about where it stands in the lineup of other similar overseas. Then I'll tell you about the case bezel dial bracelet movement. Finally, try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with just a little history. Now, Vacheron is a little late to the game when it comes to steel sports watch. Audemars Piguet and Patek Philippe very wisely started the trend in 1972 and 1976 respectively, which was more than 50 years ago. Then once that started gaining traction, Vacheron decided, I think somewhere in the 90s or so, that, hey, you know what, we should also make a steel sports luxury watch as well. And then he created the Vacheron Constantin. Or sorry, they created the Overseas. Now the Overseas, you would think that it was done by the same creator, Gerald Genta, but in fact it wasn't. It was a different creator. But the design cues are very similar to those other two brands I just told you about. Now that doesn't make it a bad thing because these are all sort of designed, in the same era. It has the same design cues, which I'll go through with you when I start talking about the watch itself. Okay, but at any rate, they came a little bit late to the game. Not the latest. There's other brands that even later, such as A. Lange & Söhne. They didn't even come until 2020 with their luxury sports watch. So yeah, okay. So with that said, that's a little bit about where this watch stands in the lineup. Basically, it came out in the 90s, 1995 or something like that. And where does it stand in the lineup of other similar ones? Well, this is a second generation overseas dual time. Dual time because it has two different time zones. So it's a second generation. Why? Well, because as you can imagine, there was a first generation. The first generation has a reference of 7900V. This one has a reference of 7920V. And there's some minor differences. I'm going to go through them with you. They're really minor, but they are still differences. And they even have, as of 2026, they even have a newer version than this. It's all on like a leather strap, and it's got some funky, cool colors. As of 2026, they released some more, and it even has a reference of 7930. So is it 7900, 7920, and then the newer ones have a 7930. Okay, actually, a whole lot is different. Everything more or less it's the same, but different accents on the dial, colors, and strap combinations. Okay, but what we're going to focus here on is the classic on a steel bracelet. Okay, so now you know where this watch stands in the lineup. And this version right here, the second generation, was released in around 2023 or 22, something like that. And you can sort of break down the Overseas in several ways. I told you I was going to tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup. Well, you have basic time and date only. That's the simplest. Then you have dual time, which is what you see here. Then they also have chronograph. And then there's a perpetual calendar. They also make open work, skeleton, and tourbillon. So they got a lot of variations. Well, basically the variations I just told you, what is that? 5 variations right there. And those are you can describe them by their movement. What kind of complication it has. All right, so with that said, where does this one stand? Well, this one's steel and is dual time. It's not the cheapest one, but it is one of the cheaper ones because it goes up, much more than here. The retail on this watch is the watch retails for $34,100, and at least as of 2026, the gray market price is not much more. It's around $37,000, $38,000 at jazztime.com. Other companies are selling it for more, but we like to offer you at the lowest price possible anywhere online. And if you think about it, it's actually just more or less retail plus tax. And so to actually get this watch, I think it makes more sense to actually buy it on the gray market as opposed to the primary market, which is the authorized dealer, because usually they'll make you buy something else, or they won't have this one available. Here at Jazztime, you can buy it straight away. Just click on the link in the description below. You can immediately buy it at Jazztime. Okay, so with that said, let's start talking about the watch itself, starting with the case. The case is going to be 41 millimeters. Now that doesn't seem very big. It seems like a pretty normal size. Good. I mean, the Royal Oak is 41. The Nautiluses are 40, but you know, some of them are 40.5 or something. So it's more or less 40, 41. It's all about the same, a very similar amount. And the Overseas is no different. What is a little bit bigger on this watch, and I'm not gonna say it's that big, but the lug to lug, meaning the 12 to 6 o'clock, the actual spec that you should be looking at is 49 millimeters. So it's not terribly big either. It's still smaller than a Royal Oak. I think the Royal Oak is a little bit larger, around 50 millimeters or so. And it's a good size. It fills the wrist. Let's say you have approximately 7-inch wrist or larger. This watch is going to fit you just fine. And if you have a bigger than that wrist, then even better. But at any rate, what I can say about this case is that it's quite unique in that it really has the cues of a integrated watch. What I mean by that, the bracelet and the head of the watch meet seamlessly so that it looks like the watch was really just designed, the bracelet was designed for the case of the watch. And you can see the way the bracelet connects. It doesn't connect to the watch like a normal watch does, which you have usually lugs and then a spring bar. No, they figured out a much more intricate way and beautiful way to connect the bracelet to the head of the watch. And I think you can see that here. You see the lugs are really thick, if you even can call these lugs. And then the top of it is all satin finish. You have this beautiful beveled edge that goes down the length of the case and extends into the bracelet. And I think for all that, it gives it quite a unique shape. And if you include in that the look of the bezel, which would be the next point I talk about. But before I go there, I just want to tell you also the thickness of this watch. So I told you the lug to lug was a 49 or so, not that thick and not that big. The thickness was 12 millimeters. Now, the newer version, which you're looking at here, is a little bit thinner than the previous generation. The previous generation is a 7900V. I think it was closer to almost 13, a little bit less than that, something like that, but it was a little bit thicker. I don't think that 1 millimeter is going to really change the watch a whole lot, but it is a difference. And you don't actually want the watch to be too thin, because making it too thin also messes up the proportion, if you ask me. I've seen watches that are really thin. I'm not going to name those names because we do sell those watches, but to me they just look a little bit thin. You want a little bit of substance behind it. It gives the watch a little bit of strength, I guess you could say. Okay, let's look here at also the bezel. The bezel is going to be quite unique. You don't really see many bezels like this. They didn't want to go the same way that Audemars and Patek did, which is a non-circular bezel. So they made a circular bezel with a motif put into it, and that motif actually very wisely is the motif of the Vacheron emblem. So you see here right in the center, it has these Maltese cross. Well, if you put 4 of these, this is just one part of the Maltese cross. And then they put under they layer that with a flat bezel, and they put the motif of the Maltese cross on top of that in high polish to contrast that with a satin finish behind it. And it just really makes the bezel stand out, if you ask me. And it's I want to say one of a kind, but it's something instantly recognizable as an Overseas. And I think they meant to do that. The design cues of this really look similar in fashion or style to the Nautilus and Rogue, and I think that's by design, but it's uniquely its own. It doesn't copy either of those two, and it really is Vacheron's way of making a sports watch. And I have to say, it's a pretty beautiful design. Okay, let's look at the dial here. Now, dial is more or less it's the same as before. But I'll explain the parts right here. It has luminescence on the hour markers, and you have the date at the bottom, 1 through 31. You have hour, minute, seconds, 3 hands, and then you have this other arrow. This arrow is actually in a second time zone. So, like for example, in China, you could tell the time over there, and whatever time is pointing at, that's the time. But then you wouldn't know if it's night or day. So it actually has an AM, PM and indicator for that other time zone so that you can actually also tell. So that I think that's pretty cool. What else I can say about this is that I like how they did this. They made the dial not just flat blue. It almost looks like they have 2 sets of counters. You see they have like a set of counter on the minute hand, like 12. You see there's 60 seconds, 60 ticks, but then they subdivide it on the outer bezel as well. I'm not sure why they did that, but it does look to me like it gives more depth and character. It makes it look more complicated than it really is. I'm not sure why they did that, but it is still pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, I don't really see that in very many other watches. Actually, I'm trying to think if I have seen that at all. Okay, and then so yeah, and of course it's a blue dial. I think they make this in other dials too. I think they make it in the white and the black. If I'm mistaken, let me check that real quick. I might be actually mistaken. Oh yeah, they make it in the black. They make it in the white dial or a silver dial. They call it with rose gold. And so yeah, it's quite nice. Okay, that's the dial. Let's look at the bracelet now. Bracelet here really. I mean, you need to take a second to even bring it all in. The bracelet's actually improved from the previous generation. I think the tapers down to like 20 millimeters at the buckle or something, or 18 millimeters, something like that. The previous generation was 2 millimeters wider at the buckle, which actually made the watch look a little too cumbersome and bulky. Now with a cleaner taper, more of a taper, it makes the watch look slimmer, as well as the sleeker profile on the height makes the watch look a lot thinner and more sleek, just more refined, if you will. And that, you might think that's 2 millimeters, not much, but it really is. It is quite a bit. It makes the watch much more wearable as well. I don't know why they didn't figure it out the first time, but they did this time. Okay, and by the way, what is really cool about this watch is that you can actually remove the bracelet by simply pressing this button here, and you can change the bracelet for, there's a rubber bracelet, you can wear it, so like for example, rubber, right? You can wear it in water, it's very durable and it's quite comfortable, and you can also wear it on leather if, let's say, you want to wear it in a more dressy fashion. So you really get 3 different looks out of the same watch. And if you ask me, I think that's a pretty cool way to be able to wear the watch. Okay, so I think that's pretty cool. Let's move on to the movement here. Now the movement, it is upgraded from the previous generation. It's a reference 5110D2DT/2. It's self-winding, which means it's automatic. It has 234 parts, not terribly much to be honest. And it has a power reserve of 60 hours. So, and how does it differ from the previous generation? Not by much, to be honest. The last generation movement was good. This one is also. The main thing that I noticed was that the rotor was a little different. This one has no cutouts on the rotors. It's a solid piece of gold with sandblasted toward the center, and then the words written and raised in gold on the outside, sort of. I guess this would be sandblasted. I'm not really sure what kind of finish this is. And then they have this motif, the star motif here in the center. It's a beautiful rotor. Before, on the previous generation, they did some kind of cutout thing. It didn't look bad either. So both look good, but this one is just what they chose to go with this time. So we're going to go with that. Okay, and the movement more or less looks nice. I mean, it's beautiful. What can I say? All right. Anyways, so that's it. Let's try this watch on and give me my thoughts. I like Vacheron. I think it's one of the top watchmakers in the world, right up there with Patek and AP, and probably Richard Mille as well. And Overseas is their best collection. It's the one that everybody wants, and even sometimes goes over retail. I bet over time it's going to become more and more sought after and probably sell above retail, way above retail, in the not too distant future. So if you want to get one, that would be a good time while it's still like reasonably priced. So I'm going to say, look, if you want to buy at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below. Try it at Vacheron.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.